Martin Fitzwater is regarded as one of the best young rising bodybuilding stars of today's era. At just 28 years old, he achieved great success in 2024. Looking back at his journey as a professional bodybuilder, Martin won his pro card at the 2020 North American Championships by placing second in the overall battle behind Nick Walker, who also earned his pro card at the same show. Martin made his pro debut at the 2021 Texas Pro, where he placed fourth behind Ian Valery, who won the show, Steve Kuklo, and Phil Clark. Following that, he competed in the Legion Pro and placed fifth in the highly competitive lineup. Sean Clarida, the 212 Olympia champion at the time, made his open bodybuilding debut and won the show, with Regan Grimes in second, Sergio Oliva Jr. in third, and Tonio Burton in fourth, finishing the year with two top 5 placements in major shows. Martin had an impressive start to his professional career. In 2022, Martin began an off-season, pushing his weight to over 260 pounds. His 5 feet 8 inch frame carried the added mass well, and he looked impressive with the additional size. After improving his physique, he prepared for the 2022 Texas Pro, where he placed second behind Andrew Zacht, who made a dominant pro debut. Despite not being the biggest bodybuilder on stage, Martin's structure and balance were commendable. A month later, he competed at the Arnold Classic UK, the biggest show of his career at the time, placing fourth behind Andrew Zacht, who won his second pro show, Patrick Johnson, and James Hollingshead. Martin admitted he wasn't at his best and needed to elevate his game to compete with the top contenders. At just 25 years old, he had a promising physique and plenty of time to improve. He decided to take a lengthy off-season to add 5 to 10 pounds of muscles and return to the stage in 2024. By 2023, Martin pushed his body weight up to 270 pounds, making significant improvements. By the end of the year, he began cutting down his physique and started his prep for the 2024 Detroit Pro early in the new year. At the Detroit Pro, Martin showcased his hard work by defeating Good Vito in a close battle, earning his qualification for the 2024 Mr Olympia. After his victory in Detroit, Martin set his sights on the New York Pro, which was only a month away. This show presented an opportunity to further elevate his name, as Nick Walker was also preparing for it. Nick, who had missed the 2023 Mr Olympia due to injury, had already established himself as a top contender with a third place finish at the 2022 Mr Olympia. Despite their similar height, Nick's raw muscle mass made him appear bigger and more dominant, leading many to doubt Martin's chances against him. However, Martin believed his superior structure and conditioning gave him a fighting chance. 1 week before the New York Pro, both Martin and Nick guest posed at the Pittsburgh Pro alongside other top athletes. When Martin stood next to Nick, he appeared better conditioned and in overall better shape, while Nick's midsection appeared to hinder his physique. On competition day, Martin brought an even better package than he had in Detroit, pushing Nick to the limit in a very close battle. Ultimately, Nick won the competition by just 1 point in both prejudging and finals. This performance solidified Martin as a serious competitor among the top bodybuilders. In a post-show interview, Martin expressed his ambition to secure a first call-out at the 2024 Mr. Olympia. Weighing around 230 pounds on stage with excellent structure and balance, Martin aspired to follow in the footsteps of legends like Flex Wheeler and Philith, focusing on aesthetic and conditioning rather than sheer size. As Martin prepared for his Olympia debut, many began predicting him as a potential top 6 contender. The anticipated top 4 included Hadi Choopan, Derek Lunsford, Samson Dauda, and Andrew Zacht, while Nick Walker withdrew from the show a week prior. This left room for others like Martin to crack the top 6. Leading up to the Olympia, Martin's physique updates were impressive, earning him the nickname the Dark Horse, capable of shaking the lineup. At the 2024 Mr. Olympia, Martin exceeded expectations by placing fourth behind Samson Dauda, who became the new champion, Hadi Choopan, and Derek Lunsford. He even defeated Andrew Zacht, making his Olympia debut a resounding success. Following the Olympia, Martin faced Chris Bumstead in his open bodybuilding debut and defeated him in Chris's retiring competition, further cementing his reputation. Martin Fitzwater's breakout performance in 2024 turned him from a relatively unknown competitor into one of the year's most talked about athletes. He not only made a name for himself, but also established himself as a future Mr. Olympia contender.